was walking down the street, feeling kind of neat, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes, as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see that car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through, always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whooping ain't over. Heard you think you're tough. Gotta let you know, I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. No, I ain't playing, I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass, it's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if a bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Sweep a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, his pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, his pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a bitch slap, slap. Come get your face clapped.
Don't Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me.
Man, welcome back, y'all, to another one, man. Another episode, Let's Talk with JVJ Jordan. Also on the Let's Talk, well, my bad, I said it wrong. The JVJ Network, man. I hope everybody doing all right tonight. Man, on y'all way in as usual, you know I need y'all help, man. I need y'all to like, I need y'all to subscribe, I need y'all to hit that noti. I need y'all to hit that share button because we are trying to grow around here. We can only do that with y'all help. And that's the time of the year where it's time to ramp it up, y'all. We got to ramp it up. Y'all know what we got coming next week, y'all. You know that, right? Got that election, that good old election they've been talking about for the last couple months, last couple years, to be honest with you. So we trying to grind. We're gonna try to grind out here, and hopefully y'all can rock with your boy and we can get to where we need to get to. Look, man, everybody knows that I cover cop videos from time to time over here on my channel. And I know some people like, time to time, you cover them like every week. Yeah, pretty much. Try to get it in. And I've been lacking. I've been lacking a little bit, y'all. But there were some things that has happened in recent times, and it's been very disturbing to me. I'm just put it like that. Some things that done happened that I know if I told somebody straight up, they wouldn't believe it because they were like, "Oh, there's no way that possibly happened. There's no possible way." And I don't think a lot of people understand what country we live in. I don't think they understand the climate of what we're dealing with. So pretty much, I'm gonna give y'all a quick breakdown, and then I'm gonna let the news agencies give you a breakdown. And there was a black man up in Minneapolis, y'all, that was almost deleted because his supposedly mentally ill white neighbor had some issues. And throughout months and months of police calls, police reports, nothing was done. Nothing was done. And this man ended up in the hospital with tubes in him because that same neighbor that he kept calling the police about decided to put a bullet in him. And even after knowing that this man got shot by his neighbor, the police did not want to execute a warrant, an arrest warrant. So this man was just chilling. Shot this black man, and police was like, "Yeah." Now I know I'm gonna have people come around here. "Oh, you're just making up stuff. You're just saying stuff. You're just saying it. That doesn't even sound right in America. America is not racist. America doesn't have racist people. The police are not. None of that. All that bullshit, right? All that bullshit. All right. Well, I'm gonna show y'all something tonight. And if this doesn't make you angry, you probably on that side that's the problem. All right? I'm just throwing that out there. And that's how I feel. Me personally. That's how I feel about it. So I would tell you not to even come over here and watch none of my content because I wouldn't advocate for any of my neighbors not getting the protection that they deserve. Any of my fellow Americans getting the protection that they deserve, especially when they take money out of your paycheck if you're working every week, every month. And they don't even ask you if you want to give it to them. They just take it from you. So I'm going to show y'all a little something if y'all didn't hear about it because this should have been national news. Some of y'all might have heard about it. Some of y'all probably haven't. But we're going to go through it. And let's see where we land at the end of it. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's get it.
A homeowner is busy doing yard work when he's shot in the neck out of nowhere. Police say the shooting was the climax of a year-long feud between the victim, Davis Maturi, and his neighbor, all over a tree straddling the property line. That's neighbor John Sawchak, in Mickey Mouse ears, spreading a mysterious liquid over Maturi's yard. His antics have been the talk of the neighborhood. These wanted posters call him armed and dangerous. Cops say he suffers from a paranoid personality disorder.
And get this, Sawchak wasn't hiding out. Minneapolis police knew exactly where he was, inside his house. Cops say he was known to have weapons, even explosives with him, and they didn't want to arrest him there to avoid bloodshed. The problem was, he rarely left his house.
If we did go in with a SWAT team and wound up in a deadly force situation, the headlines would read, MPD shoots a mentally ill person.
But early today, cops finally arrested Sawchak after a 5-hour siege.
John Sawchak, you are under arrest. Make it to the rear door now and follow the commands of officers.
A police vehicle called a Bearcat ripped out a window, and cops threatened to fire gas grenades into the house. That's when the 6'3" suspect finally surrendered. He's charged with attempted murder. Now cops are apologizing, saying they should have acted months ago before the shooting.
Yes, we failed this victim. He should not have been shot.
And here's another nightmare neighbor. He has a lit cigarette and a can of gasoline and waves a samurai sword.
You setting my house on fire?
Police in Houston say he first torches the house across the street, then comes to another neighbor's home. He splashes gasoline in the driveway and on a wall and sets it alight.
I got my kids in the house.
Then he stands at the end of the driveway to watch while swinging that samurai sword.
I was like, you're burning my house down and my kids in the house. It's like, yeah, so what? What you gonna do about it?
He's charged with aggravated assault.
The sword-wielding suspect.
Now look, I want to give y'all a quick rundown, give y'all the full gist of what transpired. The second one was just cherry on top, man. We got a lot of these crazy ass people acting fucking crazy out here, just being honest. You know, they always like to talk about these people, but it's a lot of these people doing a lot more stuff. But pretty much the gist, y'all got the rundown. Neighbors might have had a dispute here and there, whatever the fuck. But we got to talk about what transpired throughout, because with just seeing that news article, let's say that's the first time y'all seen it. It seems like there was an incident that happened, and eventually it got resolved, and you would think it happened within reasonable time. That's the problem with this situation right now, because it was not handled within reasonable time. So I'm gonna refer y'all to another video, and actually I'm gonna show y'all the police chief after the neighborhood, the community around this incident started getting pissed off, because they kind of showed you a little bit of the police chief giving a press conference. Well, there's two press conferences. There's one where he apologized after the fact, but there's one that he had before he apologized, and that one was very interesting. But I'm gonna show you one more video real quick, like before we get to that. So let's just go and jump right into that. Let's jump right into that real quick.
This graphic video is tough to watch, but the victim wants you to see it.
He says it shows his next door neighbor shooting him just feet from his front door. Tonight, he is in the hospital with a bullet near his spine. He says that he spent months asking for some kind of police action against the accused gunman. Now he is demanding answers. Our Jason Rantala has a story you'll see only on WCCO.
Davis Moturi says he was doing yard work outside his South Minneapolis home Wednesday afternoon when he was struck.
I'm still in the hospital today because my neighbor shot me.
Moturi is now in the ER at HCMC with a bullet stuck near his spine. Moturi says this all stems from a problem neighbor and began ever since he moved in just over a year ago. He says the man started making threats,
saying like, hey, if you touch that tree, things are gonna come down on you, things are gonna happen to you.
And made racist comments.
Ghetto like you. All you're thinking is unilateral ghetto thinking.
Things escalated from there. Everything from excrement.
He ended up dumping human waste through my mail slot.
To sounding air horns and screaming late at night. Moturi says while police have been out numerous times, nothing has been done. This is what he said an MPD commander told him.
She informed me that she didn't want to put her officers at risk.
He says the violent attacks and threats continued, from pointing knives and guns to an attack with a shovel, even threatening his wife, Caroline. Moturi says he's reached out to the police chief, mayor, city council members, even the Department of Human Rights, but nothing has happened.
So hopefully we can get something going, because it's clear that me calling everybody and anybody hasn't really done much.
He's now hoping that this attack that could very well have taken his life is what it will take to finally get some justice.
Not only for me, but there's other people around the neighborhood who have been victims.
Now, police told us there was, quote, limited information available about the shooting, and they're still investigating what led up to it. Moturi says he doesn't know when he'll get out of the hospital and doesn't know if or how the bullet will be removed. Frank and Amelia.
Well, we hope.
Think about that, y'all. Think about that. Think about the mindset of a man sitting in a hospital, humped up to all these different machines, And his mindset of thinking is, man, well, I hope that, I hope something gets done, possibly about this, when somebody just shot you. And not only did somebody just shoot you, the police know who shot you. Like that's the crazy part. They know who shot you. They know they live right next door. And you're over here hoping that they would figure that out. Now, we've all seen situations where there's somebody that stole a candy bar somewhere and the police don't give a fuck. We've seen situations where somebody's reported with a gun and they come in guns a-blazing, aggressive, ready to take that suspect down. But you telling me that you know this suspect, there's been calls about this suspect, you know this suspect doesn't leave their house. You want to say they got mental illness to be I guess that's just like, oh, I have some sympathy. They got guns, so that lets me know you're scared. But y'all don't do anything. And then next you know, a black man is shot in his chest, almost killed. And after he's shot in the chest, y'all, I want y'all to see what the police chief had to say. I want y'all to see it because this is his full press conference before everything popped off. Before, this is right after the community started getting a little agitated. This is a little bit of it. Just a little bit of it. Show y'all this. But boy Alfred Norm out in the building, he said that's when you're supposed to go buy a Bigot Be Cool stick, laughing out loud. He also said, when do you decide to buy a Bigot Be Cool stick? And see, he also said, don't they always tell black people to call the police? That is a good one. They always tell black people, y'all, they not snitching stuff. Y'all need to call the police. This man called the police. And I want y'all to understand this because they're going to say it later on the news if they didn't say it earlier. Almost 20 times, 19, 20 times, call the police about this neighbor threatening him with guns, threatening him with knives, threatening him with shovels, saying racist stuff to him. Call the police multiple times. And they did nothing. You think the people that are taking your tax dollars are doing their job? Well, here you go. I'm going to let one of them speak. The police chief of this area, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm going to let him speak. And I want y'all to hear how much he cares about protecting the citizens that he's charged to protect. Well, it's really not to protect, it's to collect taxes from y'all. But either way, though, I'm going to let y'all see it because, we still got people that believe they out here to protect you.
So today I'd like to address a shooting that happened Wednesday. I want to start off by wishing the victim well in this case, wishing him a fast and full recovery as he continues to heal in the hospital. On Wednesday, police officers from the 5th Precinct responded to the hospital, where there was a report of a man that was in the hospital where it was discovered that he was injured by gunfire. Prior to this, the victim reported to us that his neighbor had threatened to shoot him if he touched a specific tree. On Wednesday, at some point while the victim was cutting that tree, he was injured. First, the victim did not know that he was injured by gunfire. Victim's wife came home and found him lying.
Look, I'm gonna stop right here because this is already a way to shape a narrative. And if y'all didn't catch it, I'm gonna educate you on what you missed.
Prior to this, the victim reported to us that his neighbor had threatened to shoot him if he touched a specific tree. On Wednesday, at some point while the victim was cutting that tree, he was injured.
This is where you see that they're trying to take the heat off of the man that actually shot the gentleman that's in the hospital. The way he tried to shape it is the victim, or whoever the hell you want to call it, because obviously the way he explained it, there's no victim, had a dispute with his neighbor about cutting a tree. Why didn't you say the person that shot this man had a dispute about cutting a tree on the victim's property? You didn't specify anything. It was like touching a tree. Don't touch this tree. Was the tree on the man's property? Can we get a little bit more specifics? Why are you so vague with it? This guy told him don't touch a tree. He touched a tree. He got shot. Oh, my bad. He didn't get shot. He got injured. Think about how he's wording this right now. We can get down to actually what happened. The black man was cutting a tree down on his property. The white man had threatened him ahead of time to not cut down his own tree on his property. And when he went to go cut it down, the white man shot him. But we're not gonna explain it for what it actually was. We're gonna say one person said don't do this, another person did it, and then that person got injured. That's what we're on right now. This is the bullshit that we have in society. When it's clear cut, y'all. It's clear cut what happened. And see, I've said any shot like that is considered the attempted M word. Yes, it is. And he also he said, man, if it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't know what's really going on. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Technology can be very dangerous to us in today's time, but it actually has a good side too. And we need to use it for the good side and not for the bad side. Information is flowing. We would have never heard about this. A lot of the stories that a lot of us black people know growing up from what our ancestors went through, a lot of people in the world do not know of it. And they only know when somebody tells them about it. And then you still have to run across that, oh, I don't believe that. And you know why they don't believe it? Because it wasn't politicized. And they were like, well, if the news didn't cover it, then it wouldn't happen. When all you had back in the day was newspapers. And the newspapers didn't even cover a lot of shit. A lot of people still finding out about Tulsa, Oklahoma right now. Springfield. Yeah, they finding out about that right now. But here you go. I'm going to let him keep going since he's trying to shape a narrative. But he's trying to shape it to a certain way. He wanted to be nice and spicy. He ain't done.
First, the victim did not know that he was injured by gunfire. Victim's wife came home and found him lying on the floor and believed he had a heart attack. He was transported by EMS to the hospital, where medical personnel then discovered that he had been shot. When officers spoke to the victim at the hospital, he could not recall the events prior.
So let me get this right, y'all. Somebody got shot and didn't know they got shot. So you telling me the bullet went in his body and he wasn't bleeding? You telling me this guy was in the hospital or at the house thinking that he had a heart attack? We saw the guy fall out. It don't look like that guy got up and moved. Why is the cop shaping the story from what we ain't seen that? What we saw was a guy get shot, hit his head on concrete on the sidewalk, and his arms were just stuck right here. So you know he was unconscious then. But somehow, supposedly, he took himself in the house. He took himself in the house, and then his wife found him there, and he didn't know he was shot? Does this police chief really want us to believe that? All right, crazier things have happened. Let's keep going.
Prior to him being transported, and including the fact that he had been shot. There were no witnesses to the shooting and no 911 calls regarding shots fired. I am grateful that our investigators worked so quickly to submit charges to the attorney's office, especially considering no one heard or saw a suspect shoot the victim, and that the victim could not recall what happened. This is an incredibly frustrating situation for everyone involved, especially those at the police department who have been involved in these cases, dozens of them, for months. We've been working to arrest the suspect in this case since at least April of this year, when harassment charges were first declined by the county attorney's office and then filed with the city attorney's office. No Minneapolis police officers have had in-person contact with that suspect since the victim in this case has been calling us. I recognize that there are a lot.
Remember those words that he just said right there. Because I watched this ahead of time, y'all, and he's going to contradict himself just in a few more minutes. Listen to these words right here. Know who had contact with the suspect?
No Minneapolis police officers have had in-person contact with that suspect since the victim in this case has been calling us.
Now remember, y'all, the suspect is the guy that shot the black man. The black man has been calling the police for over 6 months. They went all the way back to April when he's been reporting this guy for chasing him with a shovel, chasing him with a hoe, fucking threatening him with knives and guns and all this stuff, yelling racial slurs all the way back since April. But none of his police officers have made contact with the subject. I'm gonna say subject because in their mind, that's what they really want to say. Not suspect, subject. Remember he said that. Because he's gonna contradict himself in a second. Oh, hold on, let me read the comment real quick. Like, see, Alfred Noah said it's frustrating to the police when they didn't even try to arrest this guy. Fuck them and rip to RIP to George Floyd. I agree with that. And then Miss Jackson up in the building said the neighborhood did it simply because the police showed him there on his side by not doing their job from the start. Real shit. Let's keep going.
I recognize that there are a lot of questions about why we have not applied or executed a search warrant on the address. Let me
tell us why you ain't did nothing.
lay out the realities in this case. We have an arrest warrant. We have a suspect who is mentally ill, and now he is known to possess firearms. He has had in the past violent confrontations, and he refuses to cooperate in the dozens of times that police officers have responded to the residents.
Oh man, y'all hear what he's saying? Man, all the times y'all try to come over there and do y'all job, man, he was just like, look, I don't want to help y'all do y'all job. Y'all like, oh shucks, man, you don't want to help us do our job? All right, well, just go ahead about your day. That's what he's sounding like right now. Y'all got an arrest warrant for this man, and y'all telling me that he's not cooperating with your arrest warrant. When has anybody ever cooperated with your arrest warrant to stop you? When has them cooperating with you stopped you from arresting anybody? Especially people that look like this. I'm gonna show y'all what it looked like if y'all didn't see the thumbnail on the way in. Let's keep going.
For Minneapolis police policy, an execution of any warrant would be deemed a high-risk warrant based on any of these factors. All of this to say, based on our assessment, the likelihood of an armed, violent confrontation where we may have to use deadly force with the suspect in this case is high. And prior to Wednesday, all we had threats warrant. In attempting to make an arrest that was safe for the victim, as well as the officers, the suspect, and Minneapolis community, we wanted to arrest the suspect where he would be least likely to have access to firearms. That is outside the residence. Unfortunately, in this case, this suspect is a recluse and has not often come out of the house. When the victim made...
When the fuck has that ever stopped y'all? I want y'all to understand this. What he just said is, the reason that we haven't acted is because, he's mentally ill, he has weapons, and that might be a high-risk situation that somebody could lose their life, mainly the suspect. And we don't want to do that. I don't know why he threw in the victim. The victim's in the hospital right now, on a hospital bed from getting shot in the chest. So how would he be harmed from this? But then you said, and the suspect, so you care about the suspect's life after he just shot somebody. You care about that suspect like after you know what they did. It kind of sounds like some Dylan Roof shit right now. We just know he ran up in this church and killed all these black people, but we're going to negotiate to get them to come out nice. Man, we don't want nobody harmed, and we're going to stop and get you a burger from Burger King. That's what this sounds like, some shit right here. That's exactly what this sounds like. Because we covered a story, y'all, not even 2 weeks ago, where there was a deaf man. Matter of fact, we'll do a whole reenaction of it. There was a Circle K that called the police because this white guy was causing the disturbance and they wanted him to leave and he wouldn't leave. So when the police got there, they actually made contact with that white guy. And before they got done issuing him a trespass, possibly writing him a ticket, he turned around and said, this black guy did something to me. So they left this white guy, drove across the street and beat up a deaf black guy. Beat him up and charged him with felonies. This is the type of policing that a lot of black people deal with on a day-to-day basis, but we have so many people in this country that will not acknowledge it because it makes them feel a certain type of way, or they just don't see anything wrong with it. They just don't see anything wrong with it. This is crazy. This is crazy. And we have people in society that will okay this. Back the blue. Back the blue. They don't even have a constitutional duty to protect your life. But you all about backing them. You all about sucking that thing off for some reason. I don't understand it. See, my boy Op said Diddy cooperated with their arrest warrant, and still they said he couldn't get bond. Even though this white guy did something deadly, they still let him do what he wanted to do. Guess Diddy an angel. I guess so. It's crazy, ain't it? You see, Ms. Jackson said, now they're trying to cover their ass. Yep, that's pretty much what we got going on right now. But guess what? He ain't done, because it's going to get worse with what he's saying. It's going to get worse. Way worse.
In previous calls to 911 regarding the suspect, patrol officers attempted to knock and announce themselves to the suspect at this address. He refused to come to the door every time. Officers could not even tell if the person was actually home. A lieutenant from this precinct has responded to that location and made contact with the victim.
Now, remember I told you earlier to pay attention when he said none of the police officers have made contact with the suspect. What did he just say? What did he say?
Has responded to that location and made contact with the victim.
Who did that? Who did that? One more time.
A lieutenant from this precinct has responded to that location and made contact with the victim.
So hold on. Let me go ahead and get that. Let me go and get that out for y'all real quick. Like,
the lie detector test determined that was a lie.
So what you said earlier, buddy, was a straight up lie. Y'all actually have had a conversation with this guy, and you didn't arrest him. He's out here threatening your fellow citizens if you live in the city, because a lot of these cops actually don't even live in the same city that they patrol. They don't even live in the same communities that they patrol. So one of your lieutenants actually made contact with him, and your lieutenant was too much of a pussy to arrest this guy. You said you had an arrest warrant. The first one was just for threats. Now you got one because, attempted murder. Y'all are pussies. I'm just saying it right now. This police unit, this department, straight pussies. They quick to go to a black neighborhood or Hispanic neighborhood and beat them the shit the fuck up. Arrest them for nothing. But when you got a white man that has shot a black man and everybody knows he did it, you sitting around talking about, oh, well, he didn't answer the door. He didn't answer the door. I don't want to put my officers in danger where the suspect might possibly be harmed. They're laughing in your face. They're laughing in your face right now. And they showing you who they ride for.
And gone to the suspect's house over 20 times. That lieutenant alone. Not to mention the officers that work for him on the Southside React team, as well as the patrol officers who have responded there. He has waited outside the house. Lieutenant has waited outside the house for the suspect to leave during the hours when the victim told him that the suspect does leave the house. But the lieutenant has never actually seen the suspect outside the house. Same lieutenant gave...
How did he make contact with him then? You're contradicting yourself. You just said that this lieutenant made contact with him. Now you're saying that they waited outside the house and they never made contact. Dude, what are you saying? You're contradicting yourself. Is anybody listening to this just like I'm listening to it? Hey, Miss Lena. Shout out to Miss Lena, Miss Positive Vibes. Is anybody listening to this? Because this dude is contradicting himself multiple times. And this is a press conference that's on the internet, and I got it downloaded now, so you ain't gonna never be able to walk this shit back, buddy. This is crazy.
This victim his phone number and asked the victim to call the lieutenant directly when he sees this person outside the house. The lieutenant never received a phone call from the victim indicating that the person was outside the house. In addition, the situation escalated in part by actions that were precipitated by the victim. And MPD has been working...
Hold on, y'all. I want y'all to make sure y'all heard what he just said. How did all this start? How did all this shit kick off? Because this is where his true feelings, his true thoughts are coming from. How did all of this, how did this black man end up getting shot by his neighbor from his neighbor's second floor house? while he was outside cutting a tree on his yard. How did this happen? Let's see. Come on, say it again.
In addition, the situation escalated in part by actions that were precipitated by the victim.
The black man started this. He started this. Well, can you expound on how the black man started this? Because it seems like there's only one side that's complaining and calling the police to try to make reports because something is happening to them. But, you know, we're going to disregard the people trying to make reports. We're going to talk about the person that ain't even answering the door for y'all because we know that that person didn't do nothing. It had to be that black man over there. The victim started this? What? I told y'all it gets worse. I'm going to let him say it again because that irritated the fuck out of me right there.
At the house. In addition, the situation escalated in part by actions that were precipitated by the victim. And MPD has been working to lawfully and safely effect the arrest warrants that have been issued, with the utmost priority to the sanctity of human life. Now, because of the intense attention on this that this incident has drawn, my officers are in even greater danger when trying to make an arrest. If the suspect did not know before that we were looking for him, he certainly knows now. This incident highlights the sad reality of how the current rhetoric around policing in this city and changings surrounding law enforcement in general hampers our ability to effect lawful arrests. This incident shows.
I'm not one to advocate for violence, but I'm one of those people that would hear this and I would want to slap the shit out of this motherfucker. So take all that little bullshit off your body, bro. Take all that bullshit off your body and let's go ahead and have a physical conversation. Because you want to make it seem like now you're a victim. You're a victim because you didn't want to do your job because you too pussy to send somebody else out there to do it. He act like he about to walk the fuck out there and he give a fuck about his officers. Y'all don't even care about the citizens that pay y'all payroll. This city has been full of them fucking their own citizens up, and mainly ones that look like me. We got so many civil rights cases that have come out of this city. And this man sitting around here talking about officer safety. What about the citizen safety against y'all? Now, when you know you got a clear threat, you know you have a clear threat. How are the citizens supposed to feel safe when you too pussy to go handle it, which is your job to do it? I don't want to hear anybody come around talking about the police have a hard job. You signed up for it. That's like when I joined the Marines. I can't sit around and talk about, oh man, it's so hard in the Marines. I signed up for it. If I don't like it, go get another job. The only difference between me and him is he can actually quit his job and walk off the very next day. In the military, nah, you signed a contract, buddy. You stuck. This man's so pussy. He's so pussy. So pussy. Because he don't want to go arrest that white man for shooting that black man. That's all that's going on right now. See, I've said, so y'all should have never tried to do your job. Get the fuck out of here. That's what it is. He's trying to defend not doing his job. Lilina said exactly, he lost me when he became a victim. How are you going to spin it to yourself? How? When you signed up for this? This is crazy, y'all. But this is 2024. You can actually see it now because guess what? We have the media all around us. Everybody has a camera. All this media is circulating. We can see the bullshit, but we'll still have people sit around here and be like, the cops are great. They do great things. And one of the biggest points they try to make is you never see the cops. They never see people showing the videos of the cops doing the right thing. Bitch, you don't get credit for doing what you're supposed to do. But you do get called out when you're doing the wrong thing. Like, what do you want, a cookie? Because you didn't fuck somebody up one day? Like, come on, man.
How it does not only negatively impact community safety, but the individual officers involved. Anyone who suggests that the cops don't want to arrest this person is simply wrong. To be frank, the officers, however, are scared. They're scared of being prosecuted if they get into a situation where they make a mistake trying to do their job and protect the public. I'm sick and tired of hearing this situation. The reality we are in is you are damned if you do and damned if you don't. And it's got to end. If we did.
Hold on. Why he going on his little bitch rant? Because he going on a little bitch rant right here. The officers are scared of doing their job because what they might get accused of. How about you just do your job the right way? Just do it the right way. Just do it the right way. How about that? It's so easy. Oh, y'all solved it, y'all. Just do it the right way. Do it the lawful way. Do it the legal way. Oh no, we can't do that. So you want all the people in that community to feel safe. When you have a suspect, think about this, y'all. He wants the community to know that they are safe. When there's a suspect that just shot a neighbor down in broad daylight, and they know he did it. They know he has mental problems. They said he has guns and explosives, but they're not going to arrest him. But we're going to keep the community safe. How can you say that with a straight face? How can you say that with a straight face? This man shot this man down in broad daylight. And it's been months of him calling y'all, complaining about this dude. This dude done made threats and came after him with shovels, made racial slurs to him. Then threatened his wife. And y'all ain't did shit. And now after he shoot this man, you over here talking about the politicization of the police and this. Bitch, if you don't get another job, I'll try and tell y'all, man, I'm getting a little triggered. Because I would want to put hands on that man. Take that badge and all that bullshit off, you pussy ass motherfucker. Do your job or go do something else. You worried about your officers getting accused of doing something. Do your job the right fucking way. I've never heard so many excuses come from people that have so much fucking power. They get away. Man, look, we had Amber Geiger out of jail right now. Amber Geiger is out of jail right now. She shot and killed a man in his own home off duty. And this bitch already out of jail right now. Out of jail right now. But you worrying about your officers, man. Shut the fuck up. Man, shout out to man Theo Corley. I'm over here tripping, man. I'm mad right now. I'm triggered, y'all. Hold on, let me go through all these comments real quick. Said, so y'all should have never tried to do I read that one. See, I got Theo Coop up in the building. He said, yo, what it do? See, said, bit, you just stood here and told us that your officers who signed up to be police shouldn't do their job. You Trump supporting bitches. Hit them hard. See, Theo said the complexion for protection. You damn right about that one. A lot of people ain't got it. Just throwing that out. Oh, y'all can't see my hand. Look, my hand. Y'all can't see it. You got this. I don't know about that. I'm just saying. And see, said he basically just said that it was only a nigga that got shot, but if you white, you safe, he a bitch. This is some bullshit, man. I'm gonna play a little bit more, and I'm gonna drop the link for y'all. I got some more. Probably about 2 more things to show y'all after this, but I'm gonna drop the link for y'all, man. This dude pissing me the fuck off, man. This is bullshit policing in today's society, but people really need to truly understand. The Supreme Court ruled on this last year or the year before that the police have no obligation to protect your life. Legally, they have no obligation, none whatsoever, to protect your life. So stop thinking that these people are supposed to be out here doing the right thing. But the way that people promote it, the whole business of policing, they save lives, they rescuing kids from burning buildings. Bitch, that's bullshit. Stop letting cops, fucking chips and all that other bullshit. What's that PD shit they be showing, that old PD show they used to do? Stop letting that shit brainwash you into thinking that these motherfuckers are out here doing something. Majority of the time when you see a cop, they sitting around not doing a goddamn thing. Or they writing you a fucking ticket. Let's be real, man. Let's be real.
Go in with a SWAT team and wound up in a deadly force situation, the headlines would read, end to end. If we did go...
Matter of fact, I'm gonna rewind that a little bit. Let that motherfucker say some more shit.
That the cops don't want to arrest this person is simply wrong. To be frank, the officers, however, are scared. They're scared of being prosecuted if they get into a situation where they make a mistake trying to do their job and protect the public. I'm sick and tired of hearing this situation. The reality we are in is you are damned if you do and damned if you don't. And it's got to end. If we did go in with a SWAT team and wound up in a deadly force situation, the headlines would read, MPD shoots a mentally ill person. Because we have not and have been trying to safely take this person into custody without further injecting violence into the situation, the headlines might read, MPD refuses to arrest suspect. This type of incident affecting the safety of our residents is the predictable consequence of the type of rhetoric and actions that have been common. We have made incredible progress in the city over the last few years, but we still have a long way to go. At some point, somebody needs to step up and say, enough is enough. We need to do our jobs. Today, that person is me. And I'll take any questions that you may have.
What's your reaction to the letter from the council saying that the department's inaction escalated the issue?
It's beyond disappointing. I did not receive one single phone call from an elected official asking for facts. So I thought we were on the same team. Apparently not. And that's a bad situation for the residents of the city. The police in this city are not politicians. I am not a political actor in the city. We are the police for everyone. We should not have, this type of back and forth without any factual information at all, without any intent to get it.
One more question.
Hold on. Kind of like you want factual information. You've had over 19 to 20 complaints about this guy doing something. You only got one side of it, but every time you try to make contact with the person that was accused of doing something, they didn't answer. So all you can really go off of is what the accuser is saying, and you did fucking nothing. But you want to talk about some politicians? You trying to run for office, bitch? You trying to get into political, you trying to get into politics, bitch? Your job is to protect the community. Well, at least that's what y'all tell everybody. And you're not doing it. You mad that ain't nobody talking to you? Why aren't you talking to the victim that got shot in the damn chest? Why aren't you doing something to make his life better? You worried about a politician calling you? He really seemed like he was mad when he said that. Look, y'all, he looked like he was really mad when he said something about that. His face. And see, Op said, what's bad is they got you protecting them. Real shit. Watch his face when he say this shit.
Apparently not. And that's a bad situation for the residents of the city. The police in this city are not politicians. I am not a political actor in the city. We are the police for everyone. We should not have, this type of back and forth without any factual information at all, without any intent to get it.
Motherfucker looked mad. He looked mad as hell. But see, this it's funny to me. They say police are not political. Who sets the laws? Politicians, right? Who enacts those laws? Or who enforces those laws? Police officers. By proxy, bitch, you are part of the whole political system. What are you talking about? We're not politicians. Take that goddamn blue lives matter off your goddamn chest then. Because that's a political statement. Why are you talking? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm trying my best not to. I'm trying my best not to go in, man. I want to say something, but we just got off of some probation. This is bad. See, Theo said this dude a damn joke. He is, man. He really is. He a damn fucking joke. This is embarrassing. And I don't understand why people will sit around in that community and be okay with it. I would have that motherfucking bitch up out of there. He would be up out of there tomorrow. And then if it came down, like for all these people talk about that January 6th shit, yeah, these people ran up there on some dumb shit. Didn't happen. Whatever. We'll support somebody running up in that goddamn police department saying, nah, this nigga gotta go. We gonna be here every goddamn day. We gonna be at this front door. If y'all want to arrest us, arrest all of us. But this motherfucker gonna go. We gonna make it hard as hell for you to do your fucking job because we gonna be here. People need to understand that we are the citizens. They work for fucking us. A lot of people, we got a lot of Americans on that get down, bow down bullshit. This is our fucking country. Them bitches work for us. And if they don't like that pressure, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, if they don't like that pressure, they can always go work somewhere else. Because you remember what the old saying was all the time. You don't like your job, stop complaining. You don't like your job, get another one. That's what they used to tell us all the time, especially when a lot of black people would complain about we're working in jobs where there's harsh conditions and not paying us this. Just get another job. Stop complaining, nigga. You don't like your job, buddy? You don't want to do your job? Go get another one. Cops making well over 6 figures. A lot of people think cops don't make no money. Oh, we need to pay the cops better. Man, automatically you walking in that bitch making $42,000. You making more than most of the average motherfuckers around here. And then just be in that bitch for a couple more years. You gonna make bread, so stop the cap. Stop the cap. I know too many people that are police officers. I know too many people. Them bitches are banking. Getting overtime for not doing shit. Sitting on the side of the road writing tickets. For people that didn't even break the fucking law. Doing extra hours outside of work at a club. Fucking these hoes and snorting coke in the parking lot. I know what y'all be doing, bro. I ain't trying to snitch on you, but I know what y'all be doing. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, man. It be the people that had the most power that do the most fucked up shit. I'm trying to tell you. See, Theo said, I heard this the other day and couldn't believe when he said they weren't about to go in the man's house, guns blazing. Let that been a black man shooting at a white dude. Shit. Real shit. Hey, didn't they go in the Breonna Taylor house, guns blazing? Didn't they bust up in that motherfucker? And no, this is the fucked up shit. This is what gets me. They bust up in Breonna Taylor's house, guns blazing, looking for her ex-boyfriend. And they had already arrested the ex-boyfriend minutes before, probably like a couple blocks away. But they still went up in that bitch, guns blazing. Like, come on, man. We all know it's cap. We know it's cap. But we got so many goddamn sympathizers, so many bootlickers, so many, I'm gonna just say it, dick suckers in America that just jump behind these motherfuckers like these people ain't people. That man, you know the only difference between me and him right now? He got on the police uniform and I don't. Because we both men. We both men. That uniform don't make him holier than that. But we got some people whose minds just cannot rationalize like this is a human being that has the capacity to lie, that has the capacity to cover their own ass. And now we got a victim out here who done got shot. And while this man is in the hospital fighting for his life, you sitting at the press conference talking about he brought it on himself. And the citizens should still feel safe, even though there's a man out here in the community that just shot a man. And we know who it is, but he won't answer the fucking front door. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? See, I said, don't worry. UPS is hiring, laughing out loud, RIP Boogie. And then Theo said, yeah, even black folks be capping for these pigs. I've seen it on my own chat. Yeah, look, in his own chat. I'm getting tired of it. But usually this is the time of the year where they do it. You know, every 4 years, you know, people gotta come out the closet and show you who they really riding with. And I ain't even knocking because I don't fuck with Democrat or Republican, but it's just certain points, certain identical points that people line up with me. I'll be talking about this all the time. Identity politics. You got some people that want to just be, I'm for the cops, all this, back the blue. Yeah, I tell you all the time, back the blue till they come fuck with you. Because I know a lot of people that were big, staunch police supporters. I'm all for the good ones. I tell y'all that all the time. I'm for the good ones, but I don't fuck with the bad ones. But I've known people that have been big cop supporters. And them same cops done fucked them over, and now they got audit channels. Audit, the civil rights lawyer, junkyard news. All these motherfuckers used to be right. They even tell you. I used to be a big advocate for the police. And then they fuck with them. And that shit changed. Maybe we can get to the point where people don't have to get fucked with so they understand what's really going on. But either way, though. One more question.
I don't want to disclose that at this time because we are working around the clock to safely bring him into custody, including talking to family members, including talking to mental health professionals. We are not going to bust the door down, guns blazing, and get into a deadly force situation. That's not going to happen. But we will ensure the community will be safe around the clock there. Mark my words, as long as it takes to safely take this person into custody.
Yeah. Oh, no. Y'all can't see that. That's for another day. Y'all can't see that. Calm down. Y'all can't see that. I'm saving that. So y'all heard what the super dummy just said. We're not going to go in there guns a-blazing to take this suspect in. But he does want to assure the community, y'all. I'm going to let him say it again because he wants to assure the community or something. I want y'all up there in that community to be assured. I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about being assured about what he just said.
And get into a deadly force situation.
No, I'm going to take it back.
Talking to mental health professionals. We are not going to bust the door down, guns blazing, and get into a deadly force situation. That's not going to happen. But we will ensure the community will be safe around the clock there. Mark my words, as long as it takes to safely take this person into custody.
Amen.
No. Get off screen. How? If y'all are not willing to take this person who has shot one of your fellow citizens in the chest, and that guy's in the hospital, how are you going to assure the community that they are safe? We're trying to figure that out. I might be dumb, y'all. I could be dumb, I could be stupid, and I could be a little bit slow. But I don't know how you can assure the community that they'll be safe from this person when this person is still out in the community. Actually, y'all can't arrest the motherfucker because you ain't going in guns blazing like y'all normally do. It's amazing to me when they never want to go in guns blazing. School shooting, can't go in guns blazing. Can't do it. We got to sit out here and wait. Got to wait and, let the gunshots go off. Y'all remember that one school shooting they had where the parents were actually trying to break through the line and they arresting the parents. The parents in here hearing gunshots going off trying to get to their kids. And the cops holding the line like, y'all can't go in there. But we ain't going in there either. So just let the motherfucker just run out of bullets, huh? Just let them run out of bullets. We ain't going in guns blazing. But let it be a random black dude walking down the street that somebody done called the police on. Or matter of fact, just a random black person that somebody you got called on just points him out. Oh, we go in guns blazing in. Somebody sleep in a McDonald's parking lot, in a drive-thru. Oh, guns blazing. Guns blazing. But somebody that they got something. Now, we ain't going in guns blazing. We gonna talk to him, try to get him up out of there, We might even take him to Burger King, get him a sandwich afterwards. See, I said, why they didn't do this for George Floyd? Trying to talk to mental health professionals. Trying to talk to mental health like real shit. We don't get the luxury. But I know we all being sarcastic about this shit right now because this is the shit that I want my brother in to see. Because this is what some of their compadres do. And I know a lot of people don't want to call out their own because it makes them feel a certain type of way. If I got a black person fucking up, I'm gonna call him out because on an individual level, you fucking up, buddy. You making us look bad. I'm calling you out. I'm not gonna sit here and keep scapegoating my own for whatever. But I damn sure got a problem when other people do it, especially for their own. Stop the cap. See, Theo said, since when they give a fuck about mental health, they damn sure don't. I guess that's another cop out. We gotta make it seem like we care, even though man, most people got mental health problems, man. Americans are traumatized, man. A lot of Americans got PTSD that ain't never seen combat. They just grew up in the community and they had seen it their whole life. They don't give a fuck about them people. Let's stop the cap. And see, he also said, forget about the Burger King shit, shaking my head. Hey, they gonna take them to Chick-fil-A now. See, I said 48% of people let go from false imprisonment is blackened, but we always guilty, huh? That is a point right there. Because damn it, we don't even make up 48% of the population. That's crazy. That is crazy. But here you go. I got another one for y'all. I got two more. To show y'all. Because I am gonna show y'all his apology. Because y'all saw earlier when I gave the whole rendition, because they finally, it took them days to get this shit done. Amazingly. Should have been retroactively done same day. But I'm gonna show y'all this shit, man. Because he actually came back after doing all that strong, hard talk mad at the politicians, mad at the community, blaming the victim for what happened to him and all this other woo shit. He did come back and say something, and I call him straight pussy. I wish I lived in that city. I wish I lived in that city because I call him pussy to his face. And then I said, black men, my bad. I know what you was talking about. I just had to read it the way you wrote it. Either way, though, here we go. Check it out. Here we go. Let's get this.
And thank you for joining us on Fox 9 and Fox Local. I'm Kelsey Carlson. Our top story tonight, Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara apologizing to a man who was shot while trimming a tree. The suspect is the next door neighbor who has not yet been arrested. Fox 9's Leon Purvis spoke with the victim moments after he was released from the hospital, and he joins us live from our newsroom with more. So, Leon, how is this victim doing?
Kelsey, right now, the victim is trying to piece together why his neighbor hasn't been arrested for shooting him. Police say they're trying to do it safely because police consider the neighbor, John Zolchak, armed and dangerous. The chief said what happened to the victim shouldn't have happened.
He tried to kill me, and if it weren't for a few inches, I would have been dead.
This is the moment Davis Moteri says his neighbor, John Zolchak, shot him while he was trimming a tree. Moteri just got out of the hospital Sunday. He can't go home and recover because Zolchak is still in his home right now.
Essentially, I'm homeless until the cops decide to go and somehow capture John.
Zolchak has been civilly committed in the past. Court documents show Zolchak has an extreme risk protection order. It shows he threatened to kill a neighbor multiple times, made threats to shoot his sister, and slashed an off-duty police officer's tire. The threats and acts of violence date back to 2016. Currently, Zolchak faces second-degree attempted murder, assault.
Nah, fuck that. I'm going back. Because look at that list. Let's look at that list real quick. Matter of fact, let me slide over here real quick. I'm going to slide to the side. Let's look up here. January 26th. Matter of fact, let's see here. 2016 to the present. January 2016, verbally harassed neighbor while holding a knife. Okay, got that one. Also in 2016, threatened to kill neighbor. Okay. Also in 2016, used a knife to slash the vehicle's tires of an off-duty police officer. Okay, still not arrested, right? Let's keep going. We're going to jump to 2019 because, they didn't do nothing in 16. Attempted to ram a neighbor with a motorized bicycle. Interesting. Jump to 2020. Made threats to shoot his sister. Stated that he had a gun and was researching the right ammunition to use. Expressed plans to wait for her on the back stairs. Let's jump to 2022 because he still ain't arrested. 2022, struck a neighbor numerous times with a wooden stick, causing visible injuries. Still wasn't arrested. 2023, threatened to kill another neighbor. 2024, threatened to put a neighbor in the hospital. Okay, you gonna beat him up, huh? Next one, 2024, threw household items at neighbor from upstairs window, striking neighbor. Assault anybody? Still ain't in jail. 2024 again, threatened to assault neighbor while holding a metal pole. Another 2024, threatened to kill the neighbor again, or another neighbor. It could be multiple neighbors. 2024 again, held knife while verbally harassing neighbor. 2024 again, brandishing knife and threatening to kill neighbors. Damn, this boy been threatening to kill a lot of people. 2024 again, in August, brandishing knife and threatening to kill neighbor. Jesus Christ, he did it in July and August. October, brandishing knife and threatening to kill neighbor, stood outside neighbor's window. I can't see that last part. And aimed firearm at him, shot neighbor in the neck with a firearm from upstairs window. Jesus Christ. I'll come back full screen. And you telling me, y'all, look. Let any black man have all of this on him. If the police would have murdered him, everybody in the community would have said he had it coming. Everybody, especially in certain communities, would have said he had it coming. But in this situation right now, y'all, we are talking about bringing this man in with no violence, no bloodshed. We need to protect the suspect and the victim, even though the victim's in the hospital. Going back to what Theo said earlier. Let me just scroll back up here real quick. Somebody got the complexion for protection. That's what it seemed like. But, you know, people are saying in America, oh, y'all just always saying something. Okay. If you say so, let's keep going.
Violence date back to 2016. Currently, Solchak faces second-degree attempted murder, assault, and harassment charges after investigators say he shot Motiri.
In this particular instance, we failed this victim 100%. Because that should not have happened to him.
Sunday, Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara apologized for his officers' response to the situation.
The Minneapolis police somehow did not act urgently enough to prevent that individual from being shot.
Motiri's wife...
Hold on. Somehow? Did he just say somehow? Somehow y'all didn't act fast enough?
The Minneapolis police somehow did not act urgently enough to prevent that individual from being shot.
Motiri.
It's not no somehow. We know the how. Y'all didn't want to get in a deadly situation. Guns are blazing. It ain't no just somehow that shit happened. No, we know how it happened. Y'all too pussy to do your fucking job. That's how it happened. Maybe you had sympathy for the old man. You ain't want to do nothing to him. He wasn't really that old, y'all. Just throwing it out there. He wasn't really that old. He's probably like in his late 40s, early 50s, some shit like that. He wasn't really that old. You know, that is old, but you know, ain't knocking none of y'all that's that age. It ain't no somehow this shit happened. It happened from an inaction of what you've been doing. But now you want to sit out here. Look, he was talking tough when he was talking about this ain't on the police and people want to politicize it. Now he talking hard when he apologizing. I don't know what to believe. Y'all.
Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara apologized for his officers' response to the situation.
The Minneapolis police somehow did not act urgently enough to prevent that individual from being shot.
Motiri's wife, Caroline, has been back to their home 2 times with a police escort. She tells us a lieutenant asked her to be patient with the police department.
I said,
oh, y'all tripping now. Now it's out of hand. So y'all escorted his white wife to the house to get her belongings or whatever, but y'all wouldn't go next door and erase this bitch? Y'all straight pussy, bruh. Y'all is straight pussy, bruh. Y'all is straight pussy. Y'all is straight pussy as hell. Ooh.
It's good to be alone for a minute in the confession room. Niggas is wildin'.
This don't make no sense, y'all. This don't make no damn sense. Y'all escorted his wife to the house? Y'all could have just went right next door and go ahead and grabbed him. Y'all telling me y'all couldn't go to a judge and lie? Matter of fact, you wouldn't even have to lie. You could have just told them what the hell you've already reported. And I'm pretty sure they would have gave you an arrest warrant to go inside his house. But you didn't want to do none of that. We'll just, look, man, we're going to drive over there with you. You know, you can go in there and get what you need to get. Just be patient with us. Be patient with us. When you can... Y'all, picture being in a relationship with somebody, whether you're a girl or whether you're a guy, and you ask them to do something. Like, hey, can you just put that plate of food in the trash can? And it's like days done pass by. It's like, look, I'm going to go in the kitchen. I'll get you some water, but you know, that right there, just be patient with us. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get that plate. I promise you, I'm gonna get that plate, but just be patient with us. Look, you want that water still, right? Let me get that water for you. Right, he's right next door. He's right next door. You tell him you can't go get him. He's right next door. This is top notch, y'all. Top notch policing.
Asked her to be patient with the police department.
I said, patience is what has gotten my husband shot. We've been patient for over a year.
Chief O'Hara is letting everyone know they're working on arresting Solchak.
I'm sure most of the residents there know we have been there 24/7 the last few days. We have been trying to get this person into custody safely.
Chief O'Hara also said they used their behavioral threat assessment team, a psychiatrist, and talked to Solchak's family. He says that hasn't worked. He mentioned they're running out of options before they have to escalate them. He believes it will ultimately come to that. Live in the newsroom, Leon Purvis, Fox 9.
All right, and we'll keep following.
Bro, this is bullshit, bro. So I want y'all to understand the grace that they are extending to somebody. We want to go through every possible step, we want to exhaust every possible avenue to make sure that we can get this guy into custody without any bloodshed. But for people that look like me, we see on a day-to-day basis of how police manhandle, rough up, beat up, and delete also over minor things. This man has shot a man. He almost deleted a man. And you're talking about going about it in the nicest possible way. We're exhausting all our options before we have to get to that step. When that's the first step you go to off bat for other people. Do not tell me that we don't have a two-tier system. I ain't talking about when it comes to justice, the enforcement of it. People cannot sit here and act like this is not a prime example of what's been happening in this country for years. I'm not trying to get on that black pride and all that. Look, bitch, this is just wrong. This is wrong. If all these people out here that claim they're real Americans, they're the patriots, then you should be standing with your fellow Americans. No, they don't. They run behind these goddamn fucking cocksuckers who will come and take your land. Remember, everybody's like Paul Bundy, Obama them did Paul Bundy them wrong. They should be able to graze their cows on federal land. Y'all remember that? Does anybody remember Trump throwing them jump shots, pepper towels in Puerto Rico? I think a lot of people have revisionist history about what actually is going on around here, man. This is crazy, man. See, Op said, sound like what you said, Jay. They rolled by and did nothing. Did a goddamn thing. There's something to that comment. They rolled by and did nothing. This is a reminder, like when we have incidents. I know for anybody that's black around here, then let's say there's a shooting in your neighborhood and y'all call the police. Police show up like fucking an hour later after everything's gone, died down and stuff. They ain't coming in there with no shit going on. They don't want none of them problems. They're trying to catch you slipping. Trying to catch you lacking, like the young people like to say nowadays. They don't ever come in there guns a-blazing. Scary ass motherfuckers, man. And I ain't gonna hold you, man. You don't want to lose your life on some bullshit. But you signed up for the job. You signed up for the job. Police get more rep than goddamn military service members, man. I be seeing it all the time. And see, he also said, brother. Shit crazy, man.
Okay, we have breaking news on a story that we've been following all weekend. There is a heavy police presence outside a home in Minneapolis. It looks like police are looking to arrest a man who's a suspect in a shooting of his neighbor. Fox 9's Leon Purvis is live at the scene with more now. And Leon, you spoke with the police chief earlier today who was saying that he needed to apologize for the fact that there hadn't been an arrest yet in this case.
Exactly that, Kelsey. We just arrived here moments ago before the 10 o'clock newscast. There's an heavy police presence here. They have the whole perimeter surrounded. Just take a look over my shoulder right over here. They just porched the person inside the home, the suspect, John Salchak. They kept on saying that they are Minneapolis police and they have a search warrant and that he's under arrest. So they just broke the window. They're attempting to arrest him tonight. Again, this is the closest that we could get to the scene. The block is completely closed off up until the next light up the street. And again, everyone is here right now. There are neighbors here that heard the police speak over the microphones. They heard it from blocks away. So we're awaiting to see what happens here tonight. We're going to continue to follow this story throughout the night and to see what comes of this and see if they can make a successful arrest. For now, I'm live in Minneapolis. Leon Purvis, Fox 9.
Hey, Leon, a couple of quick questions just to bring our viewers up to speed if they're not familiar with this story. You spoke with the man who was shot. And so tell me a little bit about how he's doing tonight. Also, he was just trimming a tree on his yard, correct, when he was shot?
Yeah, exactly. He was just trying to cut his tree in front of his yard when investigators said that he was shot and he actually fell on his back. I don't know if you can actually hear that behind me. You hear police on over the microphone again. And so this actually happened on Wednesday. His name is Davis. He went to the hospital on Wednesday. He was actually released from the hospital today, and he couldn't go home today because John Salchak has not yet been arrested. Police are trying to arrest him tonight. So right now, Davis and his wife are just in limbo right now as he recovers from that shooting. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of frustration with Davis, and along with the police chief apologizing for Davis to have to go through that.
Well, and this is just creating such an uneasy situation for the entire neighborhood, since the man has been there in that home but has not been taken into custody. This is a developing story, and Leon will continue to check back with you throughout our newscast. We'll also continue to follow this on fox9.com.
All right, y'all. That's pretty much all I'm gonna show you, because I think it's straight bullshit. But I got Miss Jackson up in the building. What's going on, Miss Girl? Miss Lady?
What's good? It's good. Glad to be here this evening.
Go ahead and sound off on that shit. I know you saw it.
Hey, first of all, it's a chain of command, okay, in the whole situation. It's legally, the issue was over between the two neighbors was the tree. Whether the tree was on one neighbor's property line or the other's property. So legally, the police noticed once they was informed of what the issue was about, and the brother had made multiple complaints down through the years, past 3-4 years. Okay, that's a civil matter. All right. And so they know that was their duty to address the other neighbor, the Caucasian guy who had an issue with him cutting the tree down off the property line, to serve him with civil papers that he would have to go up there and file a complaint civilly, to get the matter resolved. Okay. And, also the chain of command just off the rip. So once they was informed that, dude had mental illness, they were supposed to report that to CED based off all the complaints that they had on file. And he's being violent, threatening people, having weapons, pulling out shanks, and so forth. And this has just been a pattern, for the past few years. If I'm not mistaken, I heard since 2016. So they were supposed to address and get CED involved to go capture the man and basically have the guy let CED get involved and have him admitted. Because anytime a person is mentally ill or a mental health patient and they're out here in society being violent, that falls back on CED or mental health. So thank God, old brother, he got a fat ass lawsuit against CED. He gonna sue the shit out of the police department, and thank God he survived.
Look, I'm with you. He definitely need to sue the city, police department, and everybody involved, because that's negligence, that's pain, that's suffering. Remember what they just said. One thing, I didn't hear that before, but I just heard it now because I didn't watch that clip all the way to the end. They showed up to arrest the guy finally on the day that the victim, got out of the hospital. So you telling me y'all let that man stay up in his house, but the day y'all found out that the victim was getting released from the hospital, we need to do it now. Y'all done cordoned off this entire street so this man can't run away. You couldn't do that the day after? You telling me that you couldn't, which didn't make no sense. The reporter said a search warrant. Search warrant for what? Get an arrest warrant to go into their house. A judge would have signed off on it. A lot of people might think I'm bullshitting. A judge would have signed off on it. If you came to a judge and showed them this shit on screen right now, from 2016 all the way to 2024, that motherfucker would have wrote that shit before you even got to the third line. They would have wrote it, because these judges sign arrest warrants all the time. They go into somebody's house. Don't even be no evidence or nothing, and they'll sign off on it. These cops, this is neglect. This is negligence at its finest. And honestly, I really just don't believe they care. I don't believe they care. This man was a threat not only to just that black man and his white wife. He was a threat to everybody in that neighborhood and anybody possibly that he could have ran across in that entire community. But for some reason, I don't want to say what I think it is, they kept dragging their feet. And it's very laughable for that police chief to sit up there and talk all that tough talk talking about the victim brought it on himself, then to turn around 5 days later and talk about we failed them. Well, guess what? You failed them, and now your fellow citizens gonna have to come out the pocket. They're gonna have to come out the pocket because I would advocate for this man to get him a lawyer and sue the dog shit out of him. Sue the dog shit out of him. And we as Americans need to start saying, look, it need to stop coming out of our tax dollars. It need to stop coming from the money that this insurance policy that they be paying and we pay, they take our money to pay for that shit. Nah, it need to come out of their pensions. It need to come out of all their fucking pensions. It's like at any company. Oh, the company stocks go down or the company ain't producing as much. Oh, well, look, man, we're not going to be able to get raises this year, or we're going to have to cut back on this and cut back on that. And sometimes you might get a pay cut. That's what it need to be, because that'll make motherfuckers act right. But if you can constantly go into work every day, fuck up, and then get a raise at the end of the year, what's the initiative? What's the incentive to do better? I don't think there's any. But let me read this comment real quick, and I'm going to go back to you, Ms. Jackson. Opposite K, you show how they disrespectful to black people with mental health issues, but this whole white dude with issues gotten away with bull for years finally got arrested. And then he also said in Florida, they get arrest warrants on the phone through a text. Damn. All right, Ms. Jackson, I'm going to let you jump on that.
I sure enough know, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they let mental illness is supposed to be a certification to get away with anything, with the M word or whatever. In other words, they're so incompetent that they're not held responsible for their actions. A lot of it is bullshit. A bunch of it is bullshit, but you really do have people with mental and emotional issues. And like you said, hell, from our history, our whole country and nation suffer from trauma and pain. Who doesn't? Everybody has some type of issues in life. That's just life, or some type of past background issues. But that's no excuse to be not accountable or irresponsible for your actions. And we know right from wrong, what's moral and immoral. That never changes. Okay, but it's the community. I guarantee you, if this was done in a certain community, the situation would have been handled off the rip.
Oh, look, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. It's like the incentive to get something done. Look. A matter of fact, you ain't got to say a certain community. Just flip the roles. Just flip the roles. Black man harassing this white man for years. Somehow we even got to this point that this man has a rap sheet this fucking long, but never been arrested. Let it be that long, and somehow he ends up shooting his neighbor. It wouldn't have been no waiting. It wouldn't have been, we want to do this with the least amount of bloodshed. We want to make sure we get this. Hell no. Man, look, they would have sent beat officers to that house. Like, man, look, call SWAT right now. We ain't even got to get a judge or anybody involved. We ain't even going to go to our higher-ups about this. We going over there right now, and when we tell them all this shit, they're going to be okay with it. Tell me I'm lying.
Man, we would have been under the prison. And then he had the audacity. We're not going in there, busting up in there, pulling out with the Uzis. But like you said, he did it with Breonna Taylor. They did it with various innocent peoples running up in folks' doors. I had a personal encounter that they have the wrong address and kick your door in, and they have the wrong damn door. So ain't nothing stopped you from kicking nobody else's door in. What's stopping you now? I mean, it's ridiculous. They come up with all kind of irrational excuses to justify their behavior and cover their own asses. And at the end of the day, people do what they want to do. Okay, let it been someone close to them, a friend, a family member, a relative, or again in a certain neighborhood. How about in their neighborhood? Certain supremacists and privileged people in life. This shit would have been, they would have nipped this shit off the top. You know what I'm saying? So people do what they want to do. That's how I look at it. And it's no excuse.
Like, I actually saw, I don't know if y'all saw it a few weeks ago. There was a sheriff or a police chief or something like that. He ended up going to a judge's chambers and lighting his ass up. Lighting his ass. I'm talking about he lit his ass up. It was personal because supposedly the judge was texting younger girls, and I think one of them was that officer's daughter, like sexually. He lit his ass up. And what we saw on the news and what we heard from the community is, oh, it's a trying time, it's a somber time. It's a terrible time for both families, everybody involved. Instead of you had a sick ass motherfucking judge being a pedo to these kids in the neighborhood. And yes, this officer's gonna have to go to jail because he wanted to go wild, wild west, but I can understand why he did it. But it was all about this kumbaya bullshit instead of like calling out this judge for what he did. And then also, if a black person did that, they would demonize the cop too. Some like call the cop out for what he did. He went in there and took the law into his own hands and did what he wanted to do. He got his vigilante justice, like some people say they won't. You know, we done heard it all over the news. But I'm like, we got to be real about these type of situations, man. We're putting people in harm's way. These people that are tasked to so-called protect us, people need to really realize they have no obligation to do it. So when we sit around with situations like this and we ask these questions, like we just need to bring it to reality. They keep feeding us like this imaginary dream. It's kind of like Disney telling everybody, oh, you know, like when you're a girl, you're going to get older and it's going to be like this. You're a guy, you're going to be this white knight riding in. That's bullshit. It's a lie. Life is hard. There's a lot of different things that can happen in your life. You might be here, there, tomorrow. It don't really fucking matter. And to your point that you made about them lighting motherfuckers up, let's get to the realest one. This is the one that hits me the hardest. It sticks with me and it's never going to leave me. You had cops that would ride up on a 12-year-old kid and shoot him dead in a park playing with a toy gun by himself. When you got a community of people that'll do that to a person, to a child, none of this shit is surprising to me. Because they deleted Tamir Rice. Like Breonna Taylor, that's another thing. Like all the other people that we have seen, George Floyd, fucking I ain't gonna have almost said Donald Sterling. Not Donald Sterling, because he was something else. But like, man, when they did it to a kid, when they did it to Tamir Rice, that was like, and just brushed it off. Just brushed it off. Because y'all know that cop never went to jail. Just so everybody knows. The cop that killed Tamir Rice never went to jail. When you see stuff like that, it's kind of like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Ms. Jackson, go ahead and give me your thoughts, because I'm about to round up in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, that's completely sinister to do that to an innocent child and have no kind of remorse or grief or just unapologetic, you know, just such a careless mistake that could have been prevented, you know. And I understand, you know, as far as their position is to prevent crimes from happening, you know. Okay, they passed the law that they don't have the right to protect, but it's really hypocrisy. Because their title is to protect and serve, all right? But it's also, the emphasis of it is to prevent a crime from happening. So if you foresee someone, you know, someone finna hurt somebody or hurt themselves, that's when you take authority, you know? So, I mean, it's just a bunch of bullshit. And I know, you know, the topic is not politics, but since we're so close on the head to election, you know, I have to address why are none of, you know, both parties are doing all their rallies right now and, you know, boosting up their endorsement and supporters or whatnot for voting day. But nobody is emphasizing or focusing on or addressing the facts of police brutality. It is so out of hand. We have never in all world history had this type of percentage and never even had this issue when it comes to law enforcement. You know, like we do today. It is absurd, and nobody, you know, as a fighting to be the chief and commander, is even addressing the issue, recognizing that this is a specific problem, and doing anything to solve it. So, you know, I think, you know, hey, that's a big fact that, you know, people need to look at. This is getting out of hand, and it's like, nobody's doing nothing about it. Who's even recognizing it? What's going to be done? You know, it's like everybody just brushing off their shoulders like, well, shit, we supposed to roll with the flow.
Well, I will tell you to that point, they ain't going to do nothing. And I know that's messed up and sad to say. They're not going to do a goddamn thing. It's going to come down to, and I wish I had Hurricane in here tonight because he always say it, Viva Revolution. I'm not arguing for people to go out here and die in these streets, but the only way people have ever gotten anything in this world, in this society, is by fighting for it. And you really got to fight for it. They know that we have a docile community. We have a docile society because they dumbed us down, man. We got more people worrying about the basketball game that's coming on tomorrow, the football game that's coming on next week. Oh, they got the World Series right now. What's coming on? Real Housewives coming on. We have so many people distracted while they're getting robbed from their back door. Until the American public as a whole really actually pays attention to what's going on and actually emphasizes, like, look, we're stronger together than we are apart. And that's for all races in this country. We actually all have more in common than what we have against each other. Because we all want, look, most people want to be able to go to work, come home, be able to take care of their family, not have to worry about their bills, not have to worry about having to buy food, not have to worry about buying gas. And they just want to be able to take a vacation maybe once or twice a year. Most people want that in this country. But we can't get that because we got so many people caught up in this bullshit of identities when it comes to these politics. Because all of this shit is politics. No matter what. When it comes to your money, when it comes to your job, when it comes to what you think, what you believe in, the music you listen to, all this shit's political. No matter what. It's always got some fucking form of politics with a hand on it. If people, us as Americans, can come together and realize, like, look, we want this country to actually be better for us. Like, fuck, stop sending my money to Israel. Stop sending my money to Ukraine. Stop sending my money to the Congo so y'all can fight these secret wars that don't nobody ever talk about. We want to close our border up, close that motherfucker up. Don't nobody give a fuck. Close that bitch up. We need to invest in us instead of worrying about fucking policing the rest of the world. But we got too many people caught up on shit. They bring so many different arguments for us to argue about instead of what really matters. I want to be able to go to work and be able to pay my goddamn bills. If I believe every American that works 40 hours a week shouldn't have to worry about paying their fucking bills. I truly believe that. You should be able to pay your fucking bills. It shouldn't be a question about it, and you should have some money to be able to save on the back end too. At least $500 a paycheck. Well, I ain't gonna say $500 a paycheck. $500 a month. You should be able to save $500 a month. But with them, they're keeping us divided, man. I tell a lot of people, read that book, Divide and Conquer. The game plan is all written in there, and the sad part is once you read it, you'll start to see it. You'll see it in our society on a day-to-day basis. These politicians don't give a fuck about you. These pastors don't give a fuck about you. These school teachers don't give a fuck about you. Everybody out here trying to get it on their own, and the sad part is they all believe that somebody else is the reason that they're not getting it instead of looking up. Most people look down for their problems when you need to be looking up because motherfuckers at the bottom ain't shaped it how it is. The motherfuckers at the top who set the board shaped it how it is. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. That's just my thoughts on it. Go ahead and give me your final thoughts on the show tonight.
Yeah, man, we got to stick together. And that's just confirmation of what Kamala Harris said. You know, we have more in common than we are divided. We're more one than divided. She said that in her rally speech. And that's a true fact. You know, at the end of the day, when we all get cut, we all bleed red blood. We have a whole lot in common. You know, we all have to have air to breathe. That's so we're part of a one body, one race. It's called the human race. You know, so we got to learn to stick together, and that's the issue, especially with our color. We got to learn to stick together. And unfortunately, we're going to have to go to war. We're going to have to stand up. We're going to have to keep giving out information and educating our fellow brethren and sisters and speaking and teaching. And, you know, we're going to have to fight for our right. It's our life. It's do or die. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they don't give a fuck. Not the politicians, not the teachers, the preachers, and not even the police. They don't care. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's about you have to care about you. We have to learn to love ourselves and put ourselves first, you know, and care about our people as a whole in our life. So it's a great topic. I had heard about it when it first happened, I guess about a week or so ago. And I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? In broad daylight, the man just out there doing yard work. You know, it's ridiculous. Then he laid out there almost a whole damn hour for the police. The police never even came, actually. No one even called the police. His wife found him. The man could have been dead. So it's sad, it's horrible, but accountability and responsibility, like your show represents, like you symbolize. These people need to be held accountable, and when they stop labeling folks in certain classes, because the rich, the middle class, and the poor, when they make everybody accountable and put everybody in one box, then we can move forward.
Goddamn right. Matter of fact, hold on. Where my clip at? Hold on. Let me get my clip.
You're goddamn right.
Because I'm 10 toes on that. And I want more people to wake up. Just so y'all know in the upcoming days, because speaking on the political side, the election is right around the corner. Right around the corner. Next Tuesday, actually. Next Tuesday. So next Monday, just so y'all know, we're going to do a politics talk. We're going to do a politics talk right before the election. I was thinking about covering that night, but I got sports talk. This is one of my distractions. Like all them distractions I talked about, this is going to be my distraction. So I'm going to be covering my sports while that shit's happening, because I'm going to see how America actually plays out and what America chooses. But we're going to have a Monday night conversation. So anybody that wants to tune in, anybody that wants to be a part of it, I'm going to have the link open from the very beginning. We're going to talk about these candidates. We're going to have conversations. There might be some arguments. I don't give a fuck. But we need to talk about it before everybody goes out there and, well, the people that are left to cast their vote. Because this is an interesting election. And it's going to be very telling who prevails at the end of it, whether it's Trump or whether it's Kamala. And, yeah. So y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tune in for that. But look, man. In this climate that we live in right now, man, we can't allow this type of shit to be going down, man. We cannot allow this. We hold the people at the bottom, like Miss Jackson said. We seem to hold the people at the bottom who have less and nothing more accountable than the people at the top with all the power and supposedly supposed to have the responsibility. So it's our responsibility for all of us at the bottom or in the middle or wherever you are to hold everybody accountable for their actions. Don't nobody, I don't care what background you come from. I don't care what family you come from. I don't care what job you got. I don't care what title you got. That's no excuse. And we need to stop excusing bullshit like that, because that's gotten us to where we are right now. We have people saying that this country is dying or this country is going the wrong way. Well, guess what? How about we correct it instead of just saying shit? Everybody's going to have a job to do. Everybody ain't going to be out there on the front lines. Everybody ain't going to be out there making shit or whatever. Sometimes it's gonna be some people out here just speaking on it, but everybody needs to be active in trying to make this shit a little bit better than what the fuck it is, because right now everything might be cushy and gravy in your life, but guess what? If you really an American, you really care about this country, you really say you're a patriot, you care about what's going on with your neighbor, you care about what's going on with your fellow American, you want to see them striving just like you're striving. I ain't saying give them your money, but goddamn, make sure they ain't got the same roadblocks in front of them that you ain't had in front of you. Like, we need to be one, but we gonna see how it play out, man. We definitely gonna see how it play out. I don't have high hopes, because I believe people stupid. I just believe people stupid, and I believe people done bought into what they bought in. But look, y'all, it's been fun tonight. I want everybody to hit that like for your boy. Everybody to hit that subscribe, whether you watching over on Let's Talk with JVJ, you watching over on the JVJ Network, or you watching over on Facebook, man. Make sure y'all liking, subscribing, share the videos, because it might be informative to some people. They might have never seen this story, and they might not even believe you when you tell them. So make sure you share it out there and turn them noties on. But we're going to get the fuck up out of here, and we catch y'all motherfuckers in the next one as always, man. As always. Throw them deuces up, Miss Jackson. Peace!